Welcome back, everybody. I'm Finnewan, and this is Europa Universalis IV. Here I am playing as the Republic of Hamburg. Last episode, I just got done going to war with Lumberg, just annexed Lumberg, vassalized Gelre. So now I am working with two vassals, which right now maintaining a good them as far as them being loyal. And then after that, Brandenburg decided to be a part of a defensive war. Well, he was the defender of a war in which Bohemia thought that he could take some land from him, but Bohemia underestimated the strength of the alliance, even though he did not have a bold leader as far as a leader. So, bad part on him. He lost his vassal, he lost two provinces, and, oh, let's continue on. Here, we're basically still building up a power base, because we can't really do much at the moment, because being done with the war, I'm a little exhausted on manpower. I guess I could drill, but I honestly want to save my money for other things. Let's start. Hamburg is like my bread and butter province. I should be making buildings on that. Let's get this guy in here just because we could make monarch points yet save a tad bit of money for his expense. And here we have a unloyal vassal, Gallery. So what changed for you? It's because you teched up, maybe? I mean, I could push this back in the sense of removing his liberty desire by tanking some of my prestige. Or I could develop his province by one, which I believe I am a little bit ahead in military tech. So I feel like I could be okay in that aspect. We'll do that. We'll see how much that changes him. Because, I mean, of course it makes him a little bit stronger, but also makes him more friendly with us. So that will last for about 50 months, I believe. And then in the meantime, I should be able to build up something to make myself look a little bit stronger. I mean, I guess, if anything, how long have I had Anhalt as a vassal for? So technically I could annex him, get the free troops from that, and just hang on to those to make myself look stronger. But first, I need to improve relations with them to make that happen. Now, do I want to keep this leader? He is young. I am a little low on Republican tradition. Not really excited about the obsessive perfectionist, even though I did just build a temple. But let's get ourselves a new bureaucrat. Because I think I did get a diplomat, didn't I? Yeah. Because, I mean, I do want to up my diplomatic technology so that would also help me with my vassals. But, I mean, might as well get the idea rolling. Once I annex Anhalt, that's not going to be an issue for me. -1 diplomatic reputation, which does not help with the vassals as well. Alright. That's cool. That's cool. I do remember that Dithmarschen is friendless, even though he is in the Holy Roman Empire. Not quite sure if that's not going to be necessary. I'll just take the free diplomatic points because I'm about to get the claim on Dithmarschen. And speaking of, I might as well move up yonder. Let's get our leader as a general. Not bad. 2-2-1. And let's just knock him out before he decides to get some friends up in here. And hopefully, is he a, wait, he might be a free city if I recall. Nah, he's a peasant republic. So, let's go war, because Austria is not interested. And this will be another province to add to my domain up here. points. So that's taken care of. Let's leave the Merc here, and let's leave those hurt guys here, because I'm going to suffer attrition. But I wonder if I can kind of get some quick troops here. I mean, the loyalty of the nobility will be down for quite a while, which might be a bad idea. These guys are back in check. Let's see, I could pull back an alliance. That would help diplomatic points. Honestly, the faster I annex this guy, that would help too. What are we looking at here? Well, okay. I won't break an alliance. I was thinking about breaking an alliance, but instead... Alright. Minus construction costs, minus development. So that's nice. I am losing a little bit of money, but that's okay, because I am getting monarch points in exchange for that money. Yeah, he's a good young leader too, but that is unfortunate that he has that babbling buffoon trait. What else can I do? I do have a lazy diplomat. It would help me to throw a claim down on somebody. I guess if anything, let's continue with claims on Brunswick. Because, funny enough, in the last episode, I was I was like, oh, I can't make Brunswick a rival. I can't make Brunswick a rival. But it's like, I made him a rival way before that, and I just was not paying attention as far as who were my rivals in that scenario. So, you know, silly me. But, you know, sometimes it's like I am very keen to pick up on the littlest things, but I can miss the most obvious things. I do have Galway helping out, so I could actually pull back some of these guys so that he can take the attrition, and I don't take so much attrition. Yep, there goes Dith Martian. That was pretty quick. So let's just... let me think about this. Should I can I gobble it up right away without causing a huge coalition to fire off? I could. And that's all I really need, honestly. Get a little extra money out of it. Sold. It's unfortunate that the Peasant Republic does not exist anymore. But... oh well. We have a better republic in place. The Hamburg Republic. And honestly, I mean, the Merc does help, but he's also a drain on my finances right now. And of course, Austria was gonna, you know, do that to me. Cleves is no longer a rival, which I expected. So in exchange, let's see what would be a good neighbor. Did I get the Eclipse modifier? Was it because I just disbanded a mercenary? Oh well, I'm gonna make him a rival again. I'm not too concerned about Gallery being disloyal because he can't really be helped in the next 8 years. By then I should have Unhalts consumed. So in the meantime, I might as well not pay my troops because I'm not going to drill them. I honestly feel like it's not really necessary because I am going to be pretty much utilizing mercs a lot. And when you have this set at 0 army professionalism, minus 15% cost to mercenaries, and more mercenaries available. So having professionalism is kind of actually making it more expensive for me to get mercs. Granted, it is pretty nice to get also the positives from having the army professionalism, and also to mention all these other great perks that go along with it. Because they did used to have where this was where you can get 50% general costs, which was really OP, so that you could just like hire generals to help you bump you back up to 100, and then dip your slack in recruiting standards to bring it back down to 80, and you just went back and forth, so that you basically had somewhat unlimited manpower if you were able to generate enough military points. Well, not unlimited, but a big pool to work with, basically. Do I need to worry about national unrest? I mean, Death Martian is pretty much not going to be happy regardless of how hard I try. And I feel like every other province is going to be square away, so I don't want to lose prestige. I want to help with that improved relations, and the higher prestige you have, the better that works. Why is this dropping? Am I missing something? Something happening behind the scenes that I just... Oh, so the unlawful territory, that's probably what did it right there. Let's check out aggressive expansion. Not too bad. Oh, I do have time to fabricate on that. So with that being done, I think the next thing is I might as well get Austria on my good side so that he doesn't decide to use the Casus Belli. Oops, that's Holy See. Because he did just pass this, so he can... Oh, for non-members hold Imperial Authority. I mean, I think he still has the Casus Belli on me because he used the one Imperial Authority to try and make me revoke it, and I refused, so... That gives him the right to decide whether or not he wants to bash my face in to make me release everybody or not. But let's hope that does not happen. Let's get this on Hamburg so that I can make more money. I do have a diplomat that is going to be lazy, so let's think about what we should do with him. Sooner or later, Sweden is going to become very disloyal, and I would like to partake in a war with Sweden to beat up Denmark. I don't want to make Denmark upset at me quite yet, though, so it's like I need to keep an eye on Sweden to see whether or not when he becomes disloyal, so then I can pick, okay, I can start, fabricating claims, support his independence, and then, if we go to war, more than likely he may feel generous enough to give me a province or two. But I guess we can check this out. Let's do this for free diplomatic points. Might as well. Do have a lazy diplomat and was debating what to do with him, and now I have a job for him. A really good one. And I could also start throwing down embargoes so that I can get that little extra power projection there. I guess I could build another temple. But I think for those two provinces I'm not going to, because I like to prepare for late game, and knowing that I only got 2 slots available at the moment, I would like to save those for the workshop and for their proper estates, which for the salt ones, when the little cold ice age happens, I think they've upped the modifiers on those so they become a little bit better. And of course, getting taxed early on is nice, but like I said, I'm preparing for late game, because I don't expect to be winning this anytime soon. I still have a bunch of provinces to conquer. I need to control the trade, make it work to my advantage, so that, you know what, I just thought of something. I was talking about, like, basically control trade, therefore get the highest trade in both livestock and gyms. But I could try to improve relations other ways with Unhauled so that I can annex them earlier, so I can save on my Diplo points. but I did not go too far as into, because I can't marry him. I totally forgot about that since I am a republic. But that does bring me a little closer. And so really, two more years. And I can embrace the Renaissance, which is nice. Should I? I mean, that's really... might as well. Because, I mean, it's going to take a while for the other three provinces to even be getting that. So, let's make this lazy diplomat do something before the end of the month. I am no longer a rival for those fellows, so extra eclipse modifier. Yeah, I was thinking about like the Cleves one. I was like, I got 10 for that. I wonder if I could do it again. Didn't say it. I was thinking it, but it looked like it gave me another 10 on top of that. So that's interesting. Now see, this is awkward and rough because I could rival Denmark, but I am in no way, shape, or form capable of taking him on, even without his personal unions. So that makes very little sense with why I can even, if that's even a thing. I mentioned this before, but it's like they need to, I feel like they need to fix that. It's just some rivalries just don't make sense. But I guess I could work on, like I said before, the embargoes. Truce until 1468. So I guess that's not a thing I need to work on anymore. So, you know, back to improving relations. So he does have his, Brandenburg does have his eye on Pomerania, and I do need to prepare myself in a sense to decide to take Mecklenburg. Because I think he's not interested in it, because I'm interested in it, but he is interested all in Pomerania. So, you know, slowly build up manpower. Got my 221 here. Not quite sure what's holding him back in the sense of, you know, why he's not attacking unless he has big alliances. I mean, East Frisia and Mecklenburg, not so much. Mecklenburg's got a lot more allies. So if I had a way to fabricate claims on Pomerania, I would go war with them right now and bring in Brandenburg. Because we can easily take all of them on. Improve prestige. Poland fighting Teutonic Order, as expected. I really could use some rivals, but none of those seem like good ideas. Almost done with the mission. And once the mission is done, I'm going to swing back around Unhalt, get an idea how close I am to be able to annex him, even though I wish I could have done so earlier. It's just so that I'm saving diplomatic points. Check out the next mission. Improve relations with Denmark. That actually might be a good idea. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So continue on. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So let's pull that back from Brandenburg. Who was another ally I had? Bremen. I don't think I necessarily want to make good relations with Bremen. We're historical friends. Why not? Anhalt. one more year, I think. So let's just maintain that for the next couple months. I honestly believe that will, once it hits January, it should refresh, and that should be able to. Oh, let's do another bureaucrat. Let's see if I can get a positive trait this time. Ooh, I almost hit that button. I'm not even sure what I was going to hit there. I think I want to side with nobility. I'd rather get the manpower. My goodness. This is like every time I get someone with like even slightly worse trait for vassals. Oh shoot, that reminds me, it's February now, and also, I mean, I might as well give the clergy something, right? I can make this an estate so that then I can. I mean, I guess I could give to the burghers if I develop the province twice. Might as well do military twice. Why not? I need a core, of course. And then burger. So with that done, I can grant monopolies. I can seek support. I can call a diet. And for the burgers, I might as well. Let's take the Diplo points. Let's get some money. Let's get. I could bump this up a little bit more. I might as well get the papal points, so that bumps the influence over 50. Get 100 admin. And since I'm riding at 64, I might as well just get the generic 100 military power. And let's call for extra troops. And I'm still at good loyalty, so I don't have to worry about them being unloyal and not getting the modifier. So let's take admin tech 5. That opens us up to a first idea group, and as I mentioned in previous videos, I'm going to take economic first. Helps with the economy, helps me to build up my power base, and there's like so much that happened in this month that I'm still processing some of this right here. I do notice that unhaul is at 190. Let me take care of that so I can continue with my thoughts. Come back in 2 days. They must have at least one core province that is close enough for us to core. When did that change? I mean, I guess I haven't had a vassal far. No, I've had far vassals before, but this is definitely new. I'm literally like one province away from him. Well, I honestly wanted to be saving this. But you know what? Even though I was really bent on keeping him as a friend, it's just not working out for me. But the thought that I was going to finish, I can't remember anymore. Oh shoot! Let me think about it. I think it had something to do with these guys. No, it's after that. Okay, yeah, economy, economic. I want to build the power base, and economic and blue crack. I guess a really good policy. And I noticed the last run I did with Hamburg as my mock run, like I just had so many admin points that just being able to fill this out first and teching up is pretty ideal during this time period, in my opinion. I mean, it also depends on what's going on too, so let's improve relations with this guy, so maybe I can influence him to be loyal again, which may not happen, but I still got time. Hmm. When was the turn? Yes, so should be able to have a re-elect before his truce is up. Hopefully I don't get a leader that is basically going to make him unloyal. But, you know, I always hope for something like that, but it rarely turns out for me that way. Muscovy going to beat up Novgorod as usual. Poland is beating up Teuton, Magdeburg, and London. It's unusual to see Magdeburg allied to Teutonic Order, but, you know, it happens. Teutons need some friends. Let's get Papal happy again. I am starting to build some Papal points to where I could probably take advantage of one of the perks. Honestly, I'm already at good stability. I was going to say I want to save up to get that free stability, because getting stability for a Republic can be a little... You don't lose stability as much, but it's also hard to gain stability. So... Man. So with that being said... I can basically... Sorry, I have a cat that is... It's my roommate's cat. He's having like one of those cats situations where he has a lot of energy. So like pretty much after this, I might play some string with him to help him, you know, release that killer instinct that cats usually have. So you'll be hearing some skittering. I think you've already been hearing him meowing. Looks like here we did get a new rival. I have no problem rivaling Provence. Because, I mean, he's not really in my sphere of influence. So I don't have to worry about him getting in my business. I really shouldn't be getting into his business as much. I mean, I think, if anything, he's going to have troubles here in the future anyways, like he usually does. Most of the time, the Papal, yeah, excommunicates him. Issues with his personal union. France doesn't like him. Someone doesn't like him because he's not in the Holy Roman Empire. So, reasons. Many reasons. And so that should eventually give you the Eclipse modifiers sooner or later, in some way, shape, or form. And since Bremen and I are not friends anymore, I might as well use my lazy diplomat and get a fabrication on him. A claim that he is my friend that deserves to be in my empire. In my republic. I'm sorry, my bad. In my republic here. Sorry, if the camera's a little shaky. Come here. You're causing troubles here. You're distracting me from doing nothing. Okay. So at least he's off the table. Am I able to dip tech yet? Because I think that will also help with the Liberty Desire. Since they have a higher dip tech than I am, they think they're better than me, so... I'm going to wait until someone takes military first, because I got time before I hit the cap. I'm not going to embrace reps. Oh, man. I mean, I ain't about positive stability, so I can lose one. I'll be alright. I know I talked about earlier about gaining stability is harder for republics, but I can hopefully get lucky with an event or something. As long as I'm at one stability, I'm happy. And which I find, on the topic of stability, I think it's kind of weird. I think it only happens for monarchies, of course, but it's like, in order for a certain government type to fire off bureaucratic despotism, for a monarchy, it happens to them when they're at 3 stability. I think that's one of the trigger conditions for it, and this is like, I mean, I can kind of understand it in a sense. It's like the government is so stable that the people who run the government are like, don't need a king. We can run the government ourselves. I think even in the description of it, it's kind of like that, like governmental form where a nation is controlled by state officials, primarily concerned with procedural correctness. So, I mean, depending on what line of thought that you believe in as such, You know, having a monarch is not procedurally correct because they kind of contradict the rules and laws sometimes because they believe they're above the laws back in these days because due to divine right and such. But yeah, I said it's just like a line of thought. It just depends on, you know, what you believe in and such. So where am I as far as, I mean, I can attack people. I could start a crazy war with a military attack advantage. So I think most of these guys don't even have a Renaissance yet, so they would have to spend extra military points to get that, depending on their leaders. They may not have the best military leaders to afford that early on. So I can look around here real quick. Mecklenburg, Oldenburg. Let's pull it back from Austria. Nope. How about East Frisia? Nope. Oldenburg? Nope. And of course not Bremen yet. Cologne and Oldenburg. So this could be a possibility. How's my aggressive expansion looking? Looks pretty good to the point to where I can take a province under my belts. He's not a free city. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it with a military tech, but first I need to get maintenance up. And I guess while maintenance is running up, I might as well just round up relations with my subjects. No start of a new year, so the aggressive expansion will tick down one more. Oh yeah, I could use a new military leader. Not bad. I wish I had more shock, but it is what it is. Alright, so let's pull you back. And let's get this going. And let's smash his face in. I don't think I necessarily need to pull in both of these guys to take care of this. I know with Brandenburg I have a lot of favors built up with him. So I'll pull them both in just in case, knowing my luck. And knowing how the AI acts sometimes, they're pretty derpy. But actually, well, I am going to start the war so that at least I remember once I come back, I know what I am doing. Well, let me check one something real quick. Who's Oldenburg allied to? So I was going to think about co-belligerent him. Not a good idea, and not a good idea either. So, like I said, let's pull these two guys in. Let's start the war. Let's bash his face in. And let's just see how successful this battle is real quick. We'll get this up so that my vassals don't decide to help me during the middle of the war. He should be low morale himself. Boom, 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 boom. Stack wipe. So, this is definitely a good spot for me to stop because I've started the war for Stad against Verdun. And so that like next time that I get on, I'm just not like, what was I going to do? What was I going to do? But, good point. What do y'all think? I would definitely like to hear some feedback. I truly appreciate you guys watching my video. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.